Introduce Detroit Red Wings Senior Vice President Jim Devellano. Jim was the first general manager hired by Mike and Marian Ilitch, and he proved to be an excellent choice. He was the architect in building one of the winningest franchise in the NHL, a key decision maker in bringing aboard many of the outstanding players who helped the Red Wings become an NHL powerhouse over the past 2 decades. Please give a warm welcome to Detroit Red Wings Senior Vice President Jim Devellano.
Thank you and good evening. I was hired by Mike and Marian Ilitch shortly after they purchased the Detroit Red Wings in 1982. I came to Detroit from the New York Islanders, where we had just won 3 of the 4 consecutive Stanley Cups and played before capacity crowds every single game. Needless to say, the situation in Detroit was very different when I arrived. It's a distant memory from what I see in the stands tonight, but Joe Louis Arena was often only half full, and the franchise had been going through extremely hard times for many years. I vowed to rebuild the team through the draft, and that promise began to take shape on June the 8th, 1983 at the Montreal Forum, when, with our very first pick, 4th overall, we selected a young 18-year-old forward from the Peterborough Petes of the Ontario Hockey League named Steve Yzerman. We promised that we would build a team around him and that he would become the cornerstone of this once proud franchise. We knew he was good, but oh, what a cornerstone he turned out to be. You can measure an athlete and his performance in many ways, but the true measure of the greatest player of all time comes from gaining the respect of his peers and leading his team to success. With Steve Yzerman, you cannot deny his excellence in both categories. With Steve wearing the winged wheel, the Red Wings advanced to the Stanley Cup playoffs in 20 seasons of the 22 years he played here. He earned the respect of his peers throughout the National Hockey League, and in 1989, the NHL players, his peers, voted him winner of the Lester Pearson Trophy as the NHL's best player. A gifted offensive player, Steve Yzerman put individual scoring numbers second to team success. Learned to play equally well on both offense and defense, and in 2000 he was awarded the Frank Selke Trophy as the NHL's top defensive forward. Over 700 career goals, not bad for a player who put offense on the back burner halfway through his career. In 1998, after our second consecutive Stanley Cup championship, Steve Yzerman's name was rightfully added to the Conn Smythe Trophy as our most valuable player in the Stanley Cup playoffs. The most difficult part of winning the Stanley Cup is actually making it to the Stanley Cup Finals. Leading the Red Wings through the first 3 rounds of the Stanley Cup playoffs as champions of the National Hockey League's Western Conference, Yzerman has accepted the Clarence Campbell Bowl on the Red Wings' behalf as captain on 4 occasions. In 1986, the National Hockey League developed an award to honor the league's regular season championship. No other team has won the award more than 2 times. Steve Yzerman has led the Red Wings as captain to 5 President's Trophies as the best team in the NHL in the regular season. And in 2002, after returning from another one of his many devastating career injuries, Steve Yzerman was honored for his sportsmanship, perseverance, dedication to hockey when he was awarded the Bill Masterson Trophy. Tonight, we are all so proud to add one more trophy to the lineup you see on the ice. In the hallway that leads to the Red Wings dressing room are a series of plaques honoring the men that helped build this great franchise and then lead the franchise to its greatest successes. Jim Norris, Marcel Pronovost, Gordie Howe, Norm Ullman, Alex Delvecchio, Terrible Ted Lindsay, Terry Sawchuk, Jack Adams, and Sid Abel are all represented here. And tonight, we add Steve Yzerman to this very special hallowed Hall of Fame.